And we are live. It is podcasting now at Second Sight. This is Reality Alert. I'm Max Gieser, and I am live with Lilian Tanner as we recap Married at First Sight, Season 19, Episodes 3 and 4. Lilian, how are you
Woo!
doing today?
I'm doing great. Max, I've never watched Married at First Sight until you asked me to. And
Yes.
what a journey it is.
Yeah, are you having a good journey? Are you having a good journey with it? Because this is my first time too.
It's your it's your
It's our
first
first
time.
sight.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
interesting. This show's crazy.
Yeah, it's really nutso, right?
This show, like I will say, as a single woman who I don't think I ever would go on a dating show, I sometimes am like, well, what if I went on The Bachelor? I could never go on this show. This show's crazy.
Why not? You just get married. You just skip. You don't have to deal with the apps anymore, Lillian. You have to deal with the apps.
Well, actually, I want to bring up something that, we're 10 seconds into this, and you haven't even mentioned that I did dress for the occasion and I put on a wedding dress.
You're in a wedding dress? I can't tell.
I'm in a white dress that I wore in a sketch once to play a bride.
Okay. Thank you for putting on a wedding dress.
And I think just perhaps if your future guests could follow suit and dress for a wedding, I think that would be a nice thing that we could all do together.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I mean I was like I should have put on a tux then, but then it would have been weird because it would have been like we're getting married and that would have been inappropriate because I'm engaged to somebody else. So I'm glad that I think everybody should dress to get married, but I should dress like an officiant because I'm the host,
Yeah, that'd be nice. And then you could set me up with someone else and then we would have to get married.
Ooh, that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think about skipping the apps, Lillian? They get to skip the apps. You're single. You hate the apps.
I do hate the apps, but they also say that too much on the show when they're like, so why'd you sign up for Married at First Sight? And they're like, just skip the apps. And I'm like,
the apps? No appetizers, straight to the entree.
But I'm like, but certainly there must be a little more to it than that.
No.
What's your thought on the premise of this show?
Well, I want to say I did a little research because last time we weren't because this is my first time watching it because it's finally on Peacock and not just on Lifetime, and it is from the creators of Love is Blind. I wasn't sure if the marriages were legally binding, but I thought that they are legally binding.
They are. I looked it up.
Yes, and production cover, and they do have a prenup, and production will cover divorces apparently.
Yes.
So it is very similar to Love is Blind, but it's like you're just married, which is real. I mean, the premise is I think this is like one of the wildest ones.
I think it is the wildest one. I also don't understand why at every marriage at the end they go, I now pronounce you a married couple instead of man and wife.
Because they don't want to do gender norms. They're just, what if?
Oh, this show doesn't want to do gender norms.
It's not being heteronormative. They're not giving it to the gender binaries. Okay, this is a progressive show.
First of all, I'd like to take issue with the matchmakers who they're not matchmaking. They pair people up with who looks like their sibling. And they've done that consistently across every one of these couples. Every couple looks like siblings. And that is the extent of their matchmaking abilities.
That's a great take. We love that. That's really good.
That's
really good.
You didn't pair them up on matchmaking. This is an aesthetic thing, which I get, whatever, fine.
They do. Yeah, they do kind of look like each other's siblings. I'm going to give you that. That's a very good take. Yeah.
Consistently.
Lillian's coming in hot today with these takes.
That's why
fired up.
I was like, is there a lie?
No, I want to hear all of your real thoughts on this. Okay.
Well, so I have made a chart because I kept forgetting all their names. So
she has a chart. Oh my God.
So as I'm looking down, it's because I know their names.
Okay, well, we're gonna go through scene by scene, and I'm gonna say their names up top. So and maybe I'll describe them. Like he's the bald guy who won't stop joking. He is, the roofer. He is, Okay, yes. So So you wouldn't go on the show. That's good to know. All right. Well,
I wouldn't.
So you would?
No, I wouldn't go on the show because I'm a straight woman. I've only dated men, but I also fear men. I fear men. I fear men so much.
Me too. Yeah, me too.
I just don't really understand how, like, as a woman, you'd be like, oh, I'm gonna marry a strange man, and like, I know we're supposed to keep this like light and fun, but just real quick, like, I'd be so afraid that he would beat me up.
But isn't that the same thing with like one night stands too?
But you're married to this person.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
married
yeah,
to this
yeah.
person. And one
Yeah.
more thing. And then we'll get into it. But this goes into the beginning. This goes into the premise of episode 3. The premise of episode 3 is like, who's sleeping together, who isn't. I don't understand why.
That's the premise of it. I thought the premise was who's doing the Mile High Club. I thought that was the premise of it.
That's middle part. Mile High Club is
Okay.
middle, but the beginning is like, who slept together on their wedding night. And I'm
Mhm.
like, if you're gonna marry them, just sleep with them on your wedding night. Well, like, why are we getting particular all of a sudden?
They're too tired. I think they're just too tired. You know, it was a long production day. It's tired. I think when I hear most people who get married, they're all like, "We didn't fuck. We were too tired." Most couples I know don't sleep together on their wedding night.
But they have prior to that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They're tired. They're tired.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
Okay. I mean, I agree. I want more kissing, more sex. That's what I want on my TV screen. I want this to be HBO. I always want more kissing. When they don't kiss, I'm bored. I want more kissing.
Yeah.
And I want love and romance. Well, let's get into this, Lilian. All right. So Rhonda and Pat, they're in bed. They're canoodling and
Rhonda and Pat.
Yes, the old people. Does that help you? The old people.
Yes.
We, just in case you forget that they are married, they're wearing Mr. and Mrs. hats, and just in case you forget the year that they got married, it says established 2024. So we know that they're married, and when they got married, and she's really feeling it. She's feeling her husband right here. Let's see what she has to say about that.
My husband is hot stuff.
Ooh, hot stuff. Okay.
I love Rhonda. I think she's a free spirit. I think she's really funny. I think she's too good for Pat, obviously. I think that's actually a pretty common theme in all of the couples. I think one of them is too good for the other one.
Yeah, I think he's a little too off in outer space, I have to say. He's a little bit of a space cadet, if I have to say myself.
It's tough when people have one interest, huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
He relates it all back to space.
Yeah, it's funny because it's like, I don't think that he's like super narcissistic or anything. Like, it's like he's self-involved in like a not malicious way. He's just like, it's weird because normally when people are self-involved, like they're like assholes, but he doesn't seem like an asshole. He just seems self-involved in like a kind of plain way. Like, he doesn't listen to her. I don't know how to explain it.
In the boring way.
Yeah, exactly, right? He's just like too boring to be interested in anything she has to say. Yeah.
Yeah, he can't imagine that like people would like to talk about something that's not space.
Space. Yeah. It's like, come on, dude. There has to be something besides space. Space is cool, but there's other cool things too, like rom-coms. Yeah, like My Best Friend's Wedding, like One Fine Day. You know, like rumor has it, it's a great movie. Come on, let's talk about it.
He can't talk about the movies. He can't talk about her getting robbed.
I know. I was like, we have to talk. I want to hear about this. We still haven't heard the story.
I know.
Fill us in. Let's get to Will and Brittany. Brittany says she tossed and turned around last night, but that's normal. But this is the headline here, okay? Will tells her,
"You have a voluptuous noggin. You have a voluptuous noggin."
You have a voluptuous noggin, which makes sense because we have been told that Will and Brittany are sapiosexual. So this basically confirms it, right? He's into her voluptuous noggin. He's into that brain.
Listen, I'm Team Brittany throughout all of these episodes. Will is the one who at their wedding, she's like, so what do we think we're going to do at the hotel? kind of being like, are we going to sleep together? Are we not going to sleep together? And he's the one who's like, I'm going to go take a shower and then I'm going to go to sleep. And I was like, give her something. Give her something.
She's like, are we going to cuddle? And then he was like, we'll see. And I was like, dude, just be, are you nagging her? Like, I was trying to figure out what his deal was. Yeah, he really will not give her anything.
And she's going at it from all these different angles. And he's just like, no, I'm chill. I'm chill. I don't care. I'm chill. And I've just been around too many chill people. And I'm like, have an opinion on something.
Yeah. 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 You know, me, like I when I meet people, I try to act chill. You know, you give like the air of chill, but then you have to strike with an opinion. You gotta give them the opinion. I feel when I was watching this episode in the beginning, I was very confused about what was happening. I was like, is she being weird? I didn't understand how with the sex thing. We're going to have to talk about that. Mm-hmm. And then, because we can get the full story, but then it just progressively became clear that he sucks at communicating and whatever he's doing. I was like, is she at fault somewhat? And then it, you know, as things unfurled, I was like, this guy is so unreasonable.
Yeah. I also I've had the same conversation that they end up having at the end of episode
about
4.
The rainforest.
The one where they're out on the balcony. I was like, I have just had this conversation where I'm just like, can you please like care about something? Because I feel crazy for caring about stuff now.
I know. It's hard being a passionate person. And then there's people who are like, why would we care about anything, even each other? And it's like,
well, people who think it's like easier to be like, and like, whatever. And like, you know, I can't be bothered. And it's like, that's not nice to me.
Yeah, it's not really conducive to a healthy romantic relationship.
Yeah, and then you're left eating chicken fingers alone.
Yeah. That was probably the best part of her night, though. I was
probably. She got a little alone time.
I know. Derek and Megan, I still can't get over 2 R's in his name, 2 N's in her name. I can't get over it.
Insane.
This is why they selected them, because they look like siblings and they have 2 weird names. They were like, perfect. Nobody else will accept them.
What's your feeling on Derek and Megan?
What's my feeling on them? Yeah. They're perfect for each other. They're so odd. What is happening? I don't understand them. They're very vapid. Yes. What do you think?
I think Megan is so boring. I don't understand how she got on TV. And I don't understand why she stands like this whenever she's trying to talk to him. She's like, I kind of like spicy.
Describe to the audio listeners how you are.
Yes, we're doing a podcast.
Posture. No, but also I really think it'd be funny to hear you describe how you are postured.
She's always hands on hips, shoulders forward, like neck forward, just like an exhausted umpire.
Oh, she's leaning in. She's leaning in. She read Sheryl Sandberg. She's just leaning in. Okay, that's what she's doing.
And Derek kind of scares me a little bit.
Oh my God, he does. He has scary eyes. You know.
He kind of gives like only straight man in like an acting studio vibe, which scares.
Oh, so me vibes.
Yes, which scares me.
Scary, a very scary person. Yeah.
But of the 2, I do think he is the more normal.
Wow, but that's a very low bar.
Yeah, well, I think her mom fucked her up based on the wedding where her mom is just so mean to her.
Yeah,
I do think all of her problems root from that.
Okay, bitch slap her right here.
Yeah, her mom talked about bitch slapping her. I mean, very concerning. Yeah, apparently, but Derek seems to have some trauma too. Apparently, he shot up in the middle of the night having a nightmare screaming and then went back to sleep. What?
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, it's a very Macbeth type thing. You know, maybe he's regretting what he did.
Of course he is. They all should be. They should be freaked out right now.
They have blood on their hands and they're ruining what has happened, you know? And Derek says he normally doesn't have night terrors, but his dad used to have them growing up on their boat, and he would run up and down yelling about closing the hatches and stuff. What?
Well, Derek's dad was also the guy who has the like Colonel Sanders mustache at their wedding.
Was that his dad? Oh, yeah, right. It was. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. So, do you think he dresses like the Gordon's fisherman when he does it too? I'm just imagining it's like the perfect storm. It's probably awesome.
I hope so. I mean, I can see
Yeah.
that man holding a lot of secrets.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
There's no way he has ever expressed emotions to his son. Probably never said "I love you." Probably any of that. No.
Yes. So now Derek has to go on a TV show to find love at age 40.
But the apps are terrible.
Yeah, Derek is the app guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like having sleep terrors like that is very interesting in like adults. My understanding is that it's having sleep terrors is usually something that happens to like children and then it kind of like goes away. So it's like that's why like if you see like Sleepwalk with Me with like Mike Birbiglia, it was like particularly interesting that it was happening to him as an adult. Yeah, I as a child experienced sleep terrors.
Like
And
you
it
would
eventually what?
You would wake up screaming?
I actually wouldn't wake up, but I have no recollection of it, but I would cry and sleepwalk, and then I would like wake up in my mom's bed. And this happened till like the age of 8 or 9.
Whoa.
So and they were just kind of like, yeah, he'll just kind of like grow out of it. They're just kind of like, you just gotta kind of like ride the wave, you know?
Yeah, he's
That's
just
my
experiencing
understanding.
terror for half of the day. But then the other half of the day, he's not experiencing terror, so it's fine.
They were just kind of like, it's actually not that big of a deal. We just kind of gotta ride the wave and get over it. I experienced none of it. I felt bad for my parents. They were just like, listen to my kid cry in the middle of the night all the time. Let's get to Jalen. Yeah, Jalen and Josh.
There are leads, right?
Yes, there are ingenues.
Yeah, they're definitely our leads. Because she loves this show, Jalen.
Oh, yeah, she's like the super fan, you know? She's like
Yeah.
the Survivor super fan that went to Harvard, and she comes on. She's like, oh my God, I made the jury, you know?
Yes.
Something like that.
She, of everyone, she's the most excited to be married. She's just happy to be there.
I will say I like how like she's like really willing to try stuff despite talking about how much she doesn't want to do it, because the stuff that she's doing is not adventurous at all to me. She's like, oh my God, I'm on a covered boat. Oh my God.
She was like, how will I ever go outside? And then she sat on a boat, and then she was like, we have to go on another adventure. And then she had to sit on a tram and receive a really nice engagement ring. And I was like, you're not going on adventures, girl.
But she's not complaining, and she's having a good time. So yeah. I will give her that. Do you know what I mean? She's like, she doesn't complain. She's just like, it's new to me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. She's like excited to be there.
Because she doesn't know what's She doesn't know what's happening a lot of times. She's just like, oh, he says he likes going outside and he likes bugs and stuff, so I'm nervous about it. And then she's like, oh, this is new to me. But then when she does it, she's like, oh, I had a good time. So I will give her credit that she seems like a fun person to be around.
She does seem like the most fun out of everyone, I would say.
Yeah.
She scares me a little bit. I wouldn't want to be too close to her.
A lot of laughing. She's always like, ah!
Yeah. But like you see her twice a year at a party. I feel like that's nice.
Yeah, she also got like married at the same time as her mom on a reality show. The whole thing's fucking weird. Yeah, no, definitely wouldn't want to be too around her.
And Josh doesn't really have a personality, and I think that works for her.
Is he Mormon?
Here's what we know about him. We know he's married to Jalen. That's number one.
Oh, yeah, he had a hat that said Mr. on it. I think he's married.
And we know that he loves music festivals. And Burning Man.
EDM. Oh, Burning Man. Yeah, that's not a red flag. Yeah. More on that later. The reason I ask if he's Mormon is because she asks if they brought him any decaf coffee. And I was like,
grow up.
Well, either grow up and drink caffeine, or is he Mormon because Mormons don't drink coffee? But I don't know. Maybe they were drinking champagne later. I forgot to look, but I was just like, why doesn't he like because like who drinks decaf coffee
besides... in the morning too? I feel like because he's a little baby boy.
But who drinks decaf coffee besides like for people who have like heart issues who still like the taste of coffee, or Mormon. I just don't know. It was very interesting to me.
He's like, my mom said it'll make me bounce off the walls.
His grandmother who spanked him. She spanked the caffeine addiction out of him. They talk about her mom's wedding today, and she hopes her mom's husband is welcoming, patient, and down to have a good time. She hopes her mom's new husband fucks her good. That's what she's.
Yeah, they really hope that her mom's gonna have sex, and it's like,
yeah,
I don't know, just like don't say that.
I know, just don't talk about it.
Just don't talk about it. Just think some thoughts.
Yeah,
Just think some thoughts.
So, growing up, my parents, they're both mental health professionals. We both very left-leaning. We had a very open relationship where sex could be talked about, but not their sex lives. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like I could talk about my sex life in loose forms if I but they would never talk about their sex life. Do you know what I mean? And I would never really talk about my sex life, but like anything was on the table if I really needed to talk to my parents. And it was like a great relationship to have with them. But I didn't want to talk about my parents' sex life because that's weird. You know what I mean? There has to be
shame. There has to be shame.
There has to be boundaries for a healthy relationship.
I'm sorry, did I just become Catholic?
Yes, you became Catholic, yes. Are you going to pull out a habit to wear with that wedding dress?
Yes. I actually think the mom wedding is playing into Josh's favor, because right away they have an event that they have to go to that they have to like be a team at. And they're like, we're kind of paving the way because we've done it already. So I think it plays in his favor.
Yeah, I also saw him like hop on the roof and start like fixing it a little bit. So he was showing off some of his skills, a little bit. Like it really, he was up on the hotel roof and stuff. That was really
and that's
cool.
Smart. Show your masculinity off right away.
Yes. On first dates, I would usually like take off my shirt and start flexing and stuff when I was single.
I have had a lot of men. I dated a man for a bit who just like would sit in my apartment and like he'd be like, I gotta go fix that. And he would just start like fixing things. And I was like, this is great.
It'd be great if they weren't broken.
Well, one time he did
I gotta fix that.
And it got way worse.
Yeah.
But I was like, but I couldn't tell that his heart was in the right place.
Yeah. The bar for men is hell. At least his heart's in the right place. Sure, he broke everything in my apartment, but
like, I have a landlord. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah. So Josh asks for a post-nup.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad she was cool with this because it's very reasonable. And like, I know, I didn't know they had a prenup at the time that I watched this, but I was like, especially if they don't have a prenup, and even if they do, it's very reasonable. You're on like a weird show. You got married in this fucked up way. Like any kind of thing that you do to protect yourself business-wise makes sense.
Yeah. And like, just in case like the viewers don't know, like what's a post-nup?
It's like a prenup, but it's kind of just like you're like amending the prenup after you get married.
Oh, okay. Okay,
I'm 90% sure on this.
So a prenup you sign before the wedding, and then a post-nup you sign after the wedding, but you're still married during it.
Yes.
Great.
A postnuptial agreement is a legal contract the couple creates after they are already married, similar to a prenup, but signed while married. It's kind of like a prenup, but it's a postnup. You're just kind of like arranging the finances. I think it's just to make sure that his business assets are protected a little bit. Yeah,
I think that's very smart.
Yeah, and I think I kind of like the way she talked about it. She was like, I'm cool as long as you don't want me to be a housewife, you know, which is cool. I always think that's interesting, and I think the way that she's playing it smart, because like I think it's cool when people want to be single parents, and I think that it's not single parents, when people want to be stay-at-home parents.
Single parents are cool.
No, that's cool too.
Okay, I just want to clarify.
Thank you. And honestly, thank you for catching me there, because people will clip this and just ruin me.
I have to hold you accountable.
Please hold me accountable. But like, and sometimes you need to do that, especially with like childcare and stuff, but especially in a situation like this where you don't know the person. I'm like, you want to keep your job and maintain some financial independence in case this marriage doesn't go well. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to end up being financially dependent on someone and then the divorce ends up being fucked, and then you're like, oh, I don't have a job anymore. You know, like I lost these years of my job.
Yeah. I looked up like how many of the couples are still together from the show, and we're in season 19. It's like 4 or 5 couples.
They said at the beginning of the show, weren't they like 10 and like 13 kids? They were like 10 couples and 13 children, 13 babies.
Get real. Get real. None of them were together.
I know. Yeah. I'm like, definitely don't give up your job for a long time, because you're going to because then you'll have to like restart your job. And like, what's the gap in your resume? Be like, well, I got married on a reality show and I decided
was married
to
at first sight.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should also, if that's the case, you have to lie about what show you were on, I think, too.
Yes. Yes. I was on The Weakest Link for a few years, and
now that I'd be like, okay, that checks out.
I'll give you whatever job you want. You want to be president? Chad and Belinda. Okay, this is amazing. You have to hear how they introduce this.
So this will be our first experience of having a mother-daughter combo who are both being married to strangers. I am excited to see what happens.
Yeah, that's insane.
It is. It is.
He's like, they can't even be cool about it. They can't even hide it. He's like, this is fucking nuts. We can't even lie. Like, we know we've crossed the line here.
We have to accept fault, and that this one's on us, guys.
This is unethical. We don't even know if this is ethical, guys. This is Looney Tunes.
It was unethical,
here.
but at the end of the day, she did have a guy who kind of looked like her, so we slapped them together.
This is some 30 Rock bullshit here, you know?
Yeah. I mean, how would you feel about going on a reality show like this and then having a parent also go on a reality show like this at the same time as you?
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, that's what I think about it.
Mm-hmm. And I'd be like, and this is my thing. And actually, this is my thing.
But Chad is a fun-loving guy who doesn't take life too seriously, so it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be all right.
I also love the editing of this show, because the sound design is very specific, where they'll be playing a lot of music. And then when they want someone to sound like the most uncomfortable person in the world, they'll pull the music. So it's just filled with silence after every one of Chad's bad jokes.
Yes, it's very like network, like Amazing Race. Like there's like dodo music, and then there's like if somebody makes an error, it's like burr, burr, burr. like they really cue you in. I like that, you know.
They also have like Chapel Roan playing. I was like, how did you guys get this? Did she say okay to this?
Yeah, it's like probably your favorite show. She's one of the people. Chad says everyone thinks he's a bald mean guy, but he just likes having fun. All right.
He does. He loves a little joke. He kind of won't stop with them. As someone who won't stop with jokes, I was like, enough, Chad.
Yeah, I know. I was like, is this what I'm like? I was like looking I felt like I was looking in the mirror a little bit. I was like, fuck. Damn it.
Do you also feel like when they walk down the aisle to see one another, I feel like we don't ever get a good reaction shot of them. I feel like they get really far down the aisle, and I'm like, wouldn't they have reacted by now?
Yeah, well, I feel like they probably keep it coy intentionally. Do you know what I mean? Like they keep it vague so we don't know how they're really reacting. Like they want us to not know what it's like.
I would like, this is just a pitch to the producers.
A live, like split screen type thing.
Yeah, and like my direction would be like Price is Right reactions. One way or another. We're really excited, we're really disappointed. And I would want level 10s, and then we go from there.
Wait, what do you mean Price is Right?
Price is Right, they only let people play the games if they're like jumping out of their seat excited to play.
Oh, so like,
I would want
do you want the officiant to say, come on down? And then they come down, they're like,
and they see their new husband and they're like, yeah. Or they're like, ugh.
Oh no. That sounds fun. They should do that.
Because then we just know right away.
I know.
Do you think these are just the 5 couples that said yes to getting married? Do you think there were other weddings where they walked down the aisle and were like, no, we're not doing this, that they don't show?
No, I think that they only select people that they are gonna get married. Like it's like you have to do it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because I think otherwise they'd probably show it because it'd be good TV. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think it's like Love is Blind where they have couples that get engaged that they don't show us. Because there's always couples during Love is Blind seasons that are engaged, but they select not to film.
Okay. Because I was like, there's no way all these couples are going to say yes. But then by the time we get to Chad and Belinda's wedding, I was like, I feel like they're going to say yes because the daughter already got married.
My assumption is that everybody's going to say yes because, like, you're agreeing to the process. And, like, at the end of the show, you can agree to, like, automatically get divorced or annulled or whatever. And these people want to be influencers and get famous and be on TV. And it's their dream to do that. So, whatever.
I guess. But I'm like, how did Megan get on?
It's so funny that like she stands out to you because she's a lot more interesting than a lot of people they put on reality TV.
Okay,
there's a lot more boring people that have ended up on Love is Blind. Like a lot more boring people. Her mom is interesting. She is kind of like hot and cold. Like her refusal to ask him any questions is kind of funny. Like I think there's a little something there, you know, like as opposed, like I get where you're coming from, but for me, like I was like nobody on this cast is particularly boring to me as somebody who's watched like a billion hours of reality television. Haven't you watched like a million seasons of Survivor? You've watched a lot of Survivor, right?
I watched a lot of Survivor.
Haven't you seen like a lot more boring people who get like are you familiar with the term purple edit?
Well, purple edit, what's that?
Purple edit is people who are edited out of Survivor. They get like a very light edit. You know, you don't see them a lot because they're really boring. They're known as like purple. That's just like a fan term. So like because they're really boring, so they're known as purple. Like people who are purple, it's because this girl, she was like Purple Kelly. That was like her name, and she was barely seen on the show. So I'm like, those people are really boring. I'm like, I don't think that Megan really compares to them.
Okay, I guess I like that in Survivor that work is done for me because there's so many people that have to tune some people out. And then we also know like those people are never going to win. But with this, it's like we have to see a little bit.
She could win the $1 million Married at First Sight prize, and that would be.
Is there a prize?
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
I don't know. It's my first time.
Is there a day rate?
Usually they get like some kind of monetary thing, but it's not huge. No.
But I guess
there is a day rate.
Like, if they leave before like decision day, do they lose money?
I don't think you lose money, but you don't get money. So yes.
Because
you're not going to keep getting paid. Yeah.
Once we get to episode 4, I was surprised that a couple people didn't leave.
Yeah, people usually stay because it's more screen time. I'm surprised at the people that like leave Love is Blind. I'm like, don't you want to have the wedding episode? That's like big numbers, you know, for your Instagram. What?
Someone might send you skincare to influence.
Exactly. Isn't that the whole point you came on the show? You know, you're not going to really find love. Like, come on. All right, well, let's keep talking about Belinda and Chad. Belinda says she wants to just have fun. She's been married before, and there was quite a bit of infidelity on her ex-husband's fault. She had her kids starting at 19. Oof. She deserves a good time. Maybe her and Chad, I'm not feeling super doubtful on. Maybe they can make it work. He doesn't seem like a bad guy.
I honestly think they could maybe make it work. I like that she did have to call it out at one point because their relationship did become like a little transactional where he was like, I'll spend money on you. And she was like, well, hold up. But I was like, maybe not a bad gig for her.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I guess the issue is just like it is his 4th marriage and I need to know why.
They're all dead.
Exactly. If I'm her, I'm like, I really need to know like what the issues were. Like, I don't want to make you rehash. I don't need you to like over explain. Like, why do you think it didn't work out? Like because that's a lot of marriages.
Well, also, it's like, do you rush into getting married?
That's a thing too.
But
I think you do because you're on Marriage at First Sight. But apparently,
obviously,
she does too a little bit. She does too, but
Yeah.
she hasn't done it 4 times. So, but she says, some people are meant to have multiple marriages, like J-Lo. So she's accepting of it.
I did like
Some
that.
people are meant to. I like that too.
They're fun.
What?
They're fun.
Weddings are fun. J-Lo is fun. I think people give J-Lo too much flack in general. I like her. Let's give it up for J-Lo.
Finally, something good. J-Lo.
I feel like it's like hot to hate on J-Lo for some reason. People are like,
Yeah, I think we do that with a lot of female celebrities every once in a while. Like Anne Hathaway had her moment where I was like, why does everyone hate her? But then we switch it to a different woman. So it's
like,
a little bit J-Lo right now.
J-Lo, it's like she just makes fun music. She's like a pretty good actor. Like she was in that hilarious Geely movie. Like, why can't we just accept J-Lo for who she is? A ridiculous person. Yeah. Okay. Have you seen Marry Me? That's a great movie with Owen Wilson. Fun rom-com.
Or Made in Manhattan.
Great movie. Great movie. Is Kiss of the Spider Woman out? I want to see that. I
don't know. Well, I don't know. I can't speak to that.
Why don't you know? That's why I brought you on to talk about Kiss of the Spider Woman. This is
I only researched this one show.
So Belinda says she doesn't want to buy herself flowers like Miley. So it's like, so you want him to buy you everything. That's okay. Let's just do it. All right.
Yeah, and I like it. And he likes doing it too.
Yes. But this is it. This is a very particular thing, and this is what the experts found out, and this is why they're going to be perfect for each other. These two are aligned because family is important to both of them. Isn't that unique? I've never heard of this before. Two people who
good.
They believe in family.
I love
crazy. That. I can't believe it.
Especially for two people with children. It's like, we know.
Every show, people are like, oh my God, I'm picking you. I want to engage you because like you believe family is important. I'm like, everybody thinks family is fucking important. No one cares. The listeners of this podcast are so sick of me bitching about people saying family is important, but I will never stop. I will never stop.
And I will also say, some people put that on their Hinge profile, and I swipe left on it. I swipe left on it because I'm not very close with my family, so I'm like, I'm not gonna give you what you want.
Well, yeah, that's what I was talking about. I'm like, it's not fair because people can't control what their this is a good point. People can't control what their family is like, and the boundaries that they set with their family is actually like a good sign. Do you know what I mean? They're like, I want somebody with a big family. I'm like, but there are like amazing people that don't have big families. Like that shouldn't matter. It's weird. What about what's on the inside of the person? I don't know. It's just a strange thing.
And a big family, it's like that's so many names to memorize.
I know. I don't want somebody with a big family. I just don't care. I don't know.
That was when I would watch movies like, remember like Cheaper by the Dozen, and like it was like the Steve Martin did like not the same thing as Cheaper by the Dozen, but it was like a big family movie. Those movies gave me so much anxiety as a kid because I was like, there's no way to know all your siblings' names.
No, or any big family reunion movie. I'm like, this sounds terrible. Like every year, and then like every family, like all the little families have like conflict, and you're like, oh my God, then you have to go to so many funerals, and I'm like, oh God, weddings.
And when I think about it, you have to go to so many funerals. And that's sad.
God, I don't want to be sad.
That's sad like all the time. So I'm glad that these two are together and off the market for people like me.
So we get the stage flashback of when Belinda gets the call to come on the show. It is so organic.
Mother and daughter.
Mother and daughter.
My daughter.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's insane. Belinda hopes her husband will be taller than her, especially with heels on, and she also hopes he will have some meat on the bones and long arms because she is voluptuous.
She said it a few different ways too. She was like, he needs to be able to put his arms around all of me.
She's like, I hope he's fat and bald and ugly.
So no one else will want him.
Yeah. I hope he has a hunchback.
One time my therapist asked me if I date ugly men, and I was like,
what? Why did they ask you that?
I was like, no. And she said, I just had to check because like my sister does that to feel good about herself. So I guess that's a thing. So maybe that's what Belinda wants.
Okay. So that's amazing. We got to get her sister on the podcast. I wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
I want to talk to the woman who dates ugly men to feel better about herself. That's hilarious. Chad, so his daughter Alexis comes over, and I love how she goes, "This is the one that could work out." Yeah, maybe this one, it's kind of like a roll of a dice, maybe it's 1 in 100. This could work out, Here we go again.
As a kid, I think it'd be really hard to support your parent doing this.
Yeah, especially on their 4th marriage. Yeah.
Yeah, to not be like, hey, maybe let's slow it down on the getting married thing.
Yeah, big time. He says to his daughter, I hope we get along and we will leave the rest of what I want out. It's like, everybody stop talking about fucking to your kids, okay? Can we just stop talking about the fucking,
It's implied, and let's not talk about it.
Yeah.
Keep God in the marriage.
Please. He also says at one point, he says, marriage isn't for the faint of heart. And I think that Megan's mom said that. Is this a Texas thing? Do they say marriage is not for the faint of heart? Because I've never heard that before. I've heard people on these shows, they always go, marriage is hard. It's really hard. Yeah. When you say I do, everything changes.
People do love saying mean things about marriage, which is also like, are you okay?
I know.
Marriage isn't for the faint of heart. Maybe Megan's mom and Chad, is that who said it? Yeah. We need to match up. I think some of the family members, I think we have some of the wrong pairings in this group, is what I think. So maybe they get together. And then Belinda, I think she's going to be fine on her own. She's a little kooky. She's loud.
She's lonely. She's lonely. She needed to get married at first sight.
Get a cat.
But not for the faint of heart. Belinda, she's happy in her dress. She didn't wear a wedding dress the last time, so I'm happy for her. Not a fan of the dress, but I'm happy for her.
Yeah, I just think it would be really crazy to be putting on a wedding dress not knowing who I'm marrying.
Yeah, because you're putting the dress on for the man, not for yourself, right? Like you're styling it for him. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. I think like being in a wedding dress and being like excited for like what? Like what are you excited for?
To get married at first sight.
Why are we doing this?
Josh and Jalen meet her by the pool, and Josh takes Jalen's purse for her and steps away. What, was the purse too heavy? It was like a little purse. She couldn't.
This was a girl moment, and I really liked this. And he caught on to it. It was like, can you hold my purse? And then he was like, what she's actually asking is like for me to leave.
Yes.
So I liked it. I was like, okay.
Why didn't she just say, I need some time with my mom? She couldn't handle
that? Would have been an insult to him. They're newlyweds. They have to speak in subtext.
Oh, okay. All right.
I always want you around. I will always go to Burning Man with you.
Oh, thank you.
Can you?
You don't. Oh, okay.
I'm not. No, Max, we're not going to Burning Man.
Oh, all right.
We're not going to Burning Man.
All right. Well, I will
Put
not
something else in your calendar.
Let's get to the ceremony.
Holy cow.
Yeah, I mean, this what is there to say? All I know is that Chad says that in his vows that God brought them together, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't God and that it was kinetic content casting. I'm pretty sure that's what brought them together. It was kinetic content casting, not God.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It was an application form that you filled out on the internet, but
yeah.
But also God, maybe.
Could be. We don't know.
Maybe.
We don't know what's out there. They sit down after, and they can't suss out how they feel about each other. He's joking a lot. She's not laughing a lot. So he's like, I don't know how she feels about me. And he's joking so much. She's like, he's making so many jokes. I don't know how he feels about me. So I don't think the jokes are helping at this moment.
Here's another thing that I noticed about the show. Very consistently, especially the women on the show are like, I just can't tell how he feels about me. And are never like, how do I feel about this man?
Yeah.
They're always like, I really hope he likes me, this strange man that I've just met, not knowing if they like him or not.
Well, maybe they have low self-esteem, and that's why how they ended up on the show.
No, no, Jalen? No, Jalen?
No,
No.
maybe.
Megan with 2 N's?
Definitely. Her mom, yeah, might have done a
that's
number on her.
bummer.
I know, it's sad. It's sad. Chat about, let's get to the wedding reception. She asks him if he's a good dancer, and he says, depends on who you ask. She refers to his jokes as his humor as continuous.
Yeah, and he's right about that.
And I was like, is this what it's like dealing with me? Is this what I am? Am I just a plague upon the world? Do people look at me?
I mean,
Am I a continuous joke? Am I a plague upon people's houses? You know?
I don't know, because I also asked that of myself, because I have had people be like, hey, enough of the joke.
Yeah, be like, you ever shut the fuck up? It's a serious moment, you know? We're at a funeral, you know?
It's like, yeah, but funerals can be funny too.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, guys.
And he says that at one point. He's like, I'm always going to lighten the mood. Always going to lighten the mood.
He is nice to her, though, and, you know, when she doesn't fish, he says it's good that she's a girly girl. He's sweet to her. I do think he does get a little serious with her at points, you know. He does. They do connect a little bit. He does seem sweet to her. I'll give him that.
They're not a no for me yet.
No, I think they connect. He seems like a nice guy. She's obviously nice. I mean, I feel like we're talking so much about him just because he has more of like a character, and she just seems like a nice lady. I mean,
he's a goof.
Yeah. Chad meets with Jalen and says Belinda's eyes are the windows to her soul. I'm like, has the only book you've ever read been The Little Prince? Like, what are we talking about here? We know that quote is from Le Petit Prince, you know? Like, I don't know what's happening here.
And I don't know. I just can't really connect with people who talk like that. I'm like, sure, I guess, but like, what do you mean by that? Like,
yeah.
Let's dive deeper. Also, and this is just coming up for me right now, she just married a 54-year-old man named Chad.
Oh,
that would be heartbreaking.
Do you think Chad's a young man's name?
I think Chad is like a teenage name. It's one of those names that I don't think you should age into.
Do you think he should go by Chadley instead?
Chadstopher is probably what I would prefer.
Chadstopher.
Yeah.
Is Chad short? So you think he should change his name?
I do. Yeah, I think he should be able to change his name.
Yeah, I agree with you. Belinda talks to Chad's sister, and his sister says he closes himself off, and it will take a special person to break through his hurt. You just have to chip away at the funny to get to the good stuff. She's really not doing her brother any favors here.
No. Also, implying that you have to chip away at the funny to get to the good stuff is implying that, and the funny part, that gets old after a while.
Yeah, she's like, we know his joke sucks. We know he kind of sucks, but there's some good stuff under there.
Yeah, it's going to take a while.
He's like, okay, you know. Yeah. Once you get beneath that annoying bald exterior, he's an okay guy beneath there.
Yeah, you know? But good luck.
This is why I only see him every other Christmas.
Yeah, they kind of all seem to be people that you have to chip away at. And I'm the type of person who is really difficult to get to know. That kind of seems to be a theme.
But like, I would just be like, I watch the back, I'd be like, can you have like pitched me a little better? Yeah. You know, instead of making me sound like I suck to my new fiance who I just met for the first time. Not fiance, my fucking wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Back at the hotel room, we get a little kissing, some champagne drinking. He says, we need to put some bling on your ring. I would have been like, I need to know that this marriage is actually going to last before I spend a bunch of money on your ring. But I guess
Okay,
he's
so
hoping he
sounds
can
like-
bribe her.
Sounds
to
like you're
stay
not
with him.
all in, and it sounds like Chad is. Chad is all in on Belinda. He's
Okay.
like, and that's how he's showing it with money.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Love languages. You're right. He's money. Money is his love. I don't know the love languages, but his is money, I guess. Yeah.
It's money, earth, wind,
Fire.
fire,
Captain Planet.
and touch. Yes.
Oh, and touch. Yes. Yes. I guess money is yours. I guess we're learning this about you. That's good. Yeah. The next morning, they seem happy. We had to Josh and Jalen. Jalen says the wedding was great, taking in a new setting together. Your wedding was at the same venue. It's not. It's a literal same setting.
That's really fun too. That they keep doing that exterior shot, and I was like, why do we keep going to the same shot? Then I realized all the weddings are in the same spot.
Oh, but why is Jalen trying to gaslight us? I don't appreciate that. It's a different setting. It's the same setting. You
Especially
asshole.
when they're the narrators.
Yes, it's just disrespectful to us. But they had sex and it was great, so I'm really happy for them.
Yeah.
That really made me. I cried a little bit. I was just so happy.
I think they might last.
Why didn't you clap? You think they might last? Me too.
I think of all of them, I think they might last.
Because they're young and hot.
And if they can get over the Burning Man thing, which is going to be tough.
Yeah. Maybe she'll become a burner like him, though. It could be really sick.
Yeah. Or she'll learn that they can do different things.
Yeah. Some people realize that in relationships, though. Like, it's really weird when you have friends that, like, you're like, oh, hey, you want to hang out? And they're like, no, I'm doing something with my wife. And you're like, oh, like, you like, we could just hang out sometime. And they're like, what?
Yeah.
I'm married now. And you're like, what? Me and Maria do things separately, like, all the time. But we still spend but I feel like I spend all of my time with her. I'm like, we're together all the time. We live together.
You got to get out there. You got to go to Burning Man. If you want to go to Burning Man, go to Burning Man.
Yeah, you can go alone, even for a week, and you will still spend 99% of your life going forward with each other. It will be okay.
You'll be so happy when you're back together.
Yes. But otherwise, I'll cheat on her because I'll be on ecstasy the whole time.
That kind of was what I was thinking. Like, if you go to Burning Man alone, you're probably going to cheat on your partner, but who's to say?
There's no rules at Burning Man, okay? You're embracing a different society. There's, because the man is burning or whatever they do there.
Yeah, because there's no money, so you have to barter.
You have to barter with the sex and the sand or whatever you do. Water. I don't know what they do there. It seems very silly. Chad and Belinda, they go to a jewelry store. They get a new ring. This is fun. Everybody meets in the lobby for the honeymoon. I wasn't thinking about how all the couples were going to be meeting up. I got so excited. I was like,
I didn't think that either. And I certainly didn't think they were all going to go on the same honeymoon together.
No, but I was like, of course they are. They have to.
And to save money, I guess.
Yeah, and then I like how they didn't know where they were going either. They were like, is it be a cold place or a hot place? Everything is a surprise.
And then I liked when they found out that it was Panama, and then we got a shot of them all waving Panama flags.
Yeah, like this will be so much better for the shot of them just walking if they have Panamanian flags.
It was great.
All right, this is where it gets great. So they take a party bus to the airport. Do you think Rhonda chartered it? She was like, I only go on party buses now.
She does like a party bus.
Yeah, she loves party bus. She's a fun lady.
That seems like you have a drinking problem, right?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
It's not a sober man's car.
No. Should we start taking party buses places? I would like to have a drinking problem. That sounds, I've never had one, so it'd be
it seems like they have fun on them.
Yes, people with drinking problems in the beginning, they're fun, right? So
they really are. The first few months dating someone with a drinking problem, you're like, we're having fun all the time.
Yeah, and then you're like,
there's more to this.
Yeah. So Pat sends a video to everybody. I wonder what this video was, because apparently it's a video about how to join the Mile High Club. Yeah,
that Pat, who's 59 years old, sends to everyone, including a mother-daughter duo.
But seems like some people were really into receiving the video. Like they were very appreciative about learning how to join the Mile High Club. Yeah.
I think kind of everyone except for Will and Brittany were like,
because they hate each other. Yeah.
Yeah, because Will has refused to have sex with Brittany and has made her feel repulsive to him. And I say that as someone who has been in that position before where I'm like, oh, you want nothing to do with me.
Yeah. I feel that this is inappropriate. I would feel inappropriate sending this video to a group of people who I just met.
Yeah. And I think that's the correct thing to think of. Maybe I should filter myself a little bit. And you're sending it. So Pat is sending that to Jalen, who's a 27-year-old girl, and he's a 6-year-old man. That's weird.
He's just trying to help her. She's younger. She's inexperienced. He's like, I work in space. I have jumped out of airplanes. She doesn't. I'm trying to help her. She's so young.
I forgot about the space aspect of this.
Yeah. You forgot that he loves space?
Well, that his fascination with joining the Mile High Club is probably connected to his love for space.
Yeah, and the cosmos. Yes.
Yeah, because I don't think he's not an astronaut. He's he's an indoor astronaut, which is a ground astronaut.
A ground astronaut.
So he's never had the opportunity to have space sex. So this is the closest he's ever gonna get.
Yeah. I have to say, I have no interest in joining the Mile High Club on a non-private plane. Maybe on a private plane. Maybe if I was on a private jet, magically somehow that would happen, but there's no interest there.
There's no space for two people, and everyone can hear you, and there's a line, and those bathrooms are so gross.
It's disgusting. I just don't get. You don't feel like you're in. I mean, I guess you could say you did it. That's what you do, but it's not like it's not gonna feel better. You're just gonna be like, oh, that's so cool. We were in. I did it.
I also am my least attractive on a plane. I'm dehydrated. I'm a little oily. I'm tired. I'm irritable.
That's weird. I'm so attractive on a plane. I feel that when I get elevated, I just I glow. I'm
that's where I do my headshots.
Good. Yeah. I usually get full glam to go on a plane too. Because everybody looks so bad. Everybody puts on pajamas. I'm like, this is my time to shine. Everybody's setting the bar low for themselves. I'm gonna set myself high for myself.
I respect that.
Yeah. Well, Josh and Jalen said that they did join the Mile High Club and that it helped because Josh only lasted 3 seconds.
Yeah, that was a lot to take in. We didn't stay on that clip for long enough, in my opinion. I was
do you think that they did? I don't know if I believe them. And if they did, do you think he only lasted 3 seconds because he lost his virginity to her?
I am very confused by this whole thing. I'm maybe he. Let's say they did. Let's say we believe them. I don't know that I believe them, but let's say we believe them. I think it was an in and out, and then they were like, we should leave. I think it was.
So you think he didn't reach? He didn't reach orgasm.
I do not believe that.
Do you think she did?
100% yes.
Yeah, women always do. That's how it works.
Women always do. And men, it takes them a while.
Yeah, men fake it a lot too. That's what happens. That's how
works. I think 2 to 5 pumps is what I would put that at.
Okay, the under/over is 2 to 5 pumps. Everybody put into your bets. All right, let's get to. What a podcast. Let's get to Panama. Belinda says this will be good to know if Chad likes the water or the sand or looking at museums.
I wrote that quote down. What a crazy thing. The water, sand, or looking at museums.
There's only 3 things you can like in life: water, sand, or looking at museums.
I like all 3.
Maybe. I like looking at museums. I don't like looking in museums.
Great building. Great architecture.
I like the idea of museums. Once I get in them, it's total snooze.
And that's fair.
Yeah, it is. Megan says her obsession is hammocks and she will be sleeping on it 24/7. This is the most interesting thing she said. I was
agree.
like, I want to see this girl sleep on hammocks, but she didn't follow through. She's a liar.
Yeah. And we get Will in a lot of hammocks because also we can get to it later, but I think Megan and Will should have been paired up.
Yeah. But we
They
didn't see
could
her
have
on.
been in Panama in hammocks, not speaking to one another the entire week.
Yeah, she sold us a bill of goods.
You are a liar, actress. Go the fuck out.
Total liar. It's very upsetting. Brittany and Will. At night, Brittany says she's going to shower and then put on a little nightgown thing. Maybe it's like a negligee and hope he likes it. Cut to the morning. They are in bed and Brittany says the night was good. It just didn't end well. I think she's overselling this because it seems like it was bad.
Yeah.
We need to really break this down. In confessional, she says they got intimate, but then they had a moment of, oh crap, we took all of the necessary did we take all the necessary precautions we were supposed to? She says it became a thing when he said, this is worrying. If this is worrying you, maybe we shouldn't do this again. What do you think happened? What was your...
Here's what I think happened. I think they had sex without a condom, but they're married, so who cares? But they're married, so grow up.
Yeah, have a baby.
I think they had sex without a condom, and then he was, and then she maybe she thought he had a condom on, and then called it out, and like realized, and then he was really weird about it, and then stopped talking to her.
Yeah, maybe, or maybe they pulled out and felt weird about it.
I just think whatever happened, I think he just stopped engaging with her. He was like, oh, you feel uncomfortable. I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. So instead, I'm going to just not speak to you.
Yeah, whatever it was, he needed to be more comforting in the situation.
Yeah, and I think
whatever it is, they should have practiced safe sex. Like, I don't like they're too old to whatever the situation is. Like, well, I don't know. What?
Their husband and wife.
Their husband and wife. They should be procreating. They should be repopulating the planet.
I guess also you wouldn't know, like, you don't know if she's on birth control unless you ask. Like, they don't know anything about each other.
Well, if they didn't do that, then they should have done that. It's just weird because we don't know what the fucking context is. Like, I'm like, I don't know what happened. But I know the result is, and they should have been comforting each other and communicating and not being fucking weird.
It also seems like it probably wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
You know, it seems like oh, hey, let's be safe. Can we do this instead? And instead he was like, we probably just should never have sex.
We should never fuck again. We shouldn't do it. Your brain isn't voluptuous enough for me, actually. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. But she's irritated. She's irritated by him. Reasonably so.
And he's being so weird and distant with her that I don't think there's going to be any coming back from this.
Yeah. I just feel like in so many of these situations, I would be out of there even if we were married. I would just be like, all right, this is enough for me. I'm done.
Yeah. And it's just like she's realizing like he can't deal with like any conflict, it seems like.
Yeah. Like
she's going to have to always be the person because he'll just write everything off. He'll be like so chill about everything that if she's upset about anything, she is going to have to be like, I am upset about this. And that gets exhausting. Yeah,
I don't want to be responsible for you being upset. Like, I don't want to be responsible for this. And it's like, she's like, I don't want to be responsible. I just want to like communicate and talk through what happened. And like, you upset me. So how can we prevent you upsetting me in the future? And clearly I'm upsetting you right now. So how can we resolve that? You know, it's called being in a relationship, and, you know, the relationship, we make it happy, you know,
and it's the like all or nothing thing too, of like, they weren't having sex. They were like the last couple to have sex. And then it's like, as soon as it happens, he was like, well, this was weird. So we'll never do it ever again.
Yeah. And it's really embarrassing to be the last couple to have sex. Like they need to remedy that, you know?
What do you think is the best spot, like 1 through 5 of the couples to have sex?
Probably two, yeah, because you don't want to be the first couple to have sex, because then like
Yeah.
you're loose and
Sluts.
easy. Yeah, you're whores. Yeah, it's really embarrassing.
Then you're horse.
Especially in Texas, like that is, like the scarlet letter.
Yeah. 2 is fun though.
2 is fun. You're fun people. People are looking
Yeah.
and go, those are fun guys. Yeah.
4, 5, I don't know.
Boring.
But 2 and 3, I think, is good spots.
Yeah. 3, you're okay, but 2, primo. We got to figure out who is 2. Let's get down to we entered episode 4. Let's do it. Josh and Jalen, they're in bed in the morning and they rate the couples. Let's see what they did. 1, themselves, of course. We like it. We like some self-respect around here. Very rare. People on reality shows, they don't have a lot of self-respect. People on reality shows. No self-esteem, no self-respect. 2nd, Megan and Derek. I don't know about that
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Nope. 3, Pat and Rhonda.
That's good.
Maybe 3. 4, Belinda and Chad. She said Jalen says she doesn't want to put pressure on them by rating them high. They don't hear your rating. They don't know.
I was like, that's actually rude as hell.
Yeah. And
4's
5, Will and Brittany. Let's do our own ratings at this point in the episode. No,
1?
actually, should we just wait till the end?
We can wait until the end, yeah.
Let's just wait
because
until the end.
things are gonna happen. Things are gonna happen.
Yeah. Let's get to Josh and Jalen again. They get some food. Josh says he loves bugs and critters, and he wants to, and she won't. And then he reveals that he is into Burning Man, and we get this flashback of he did actually give her a gift at the wedding, and it was a ticket to Burning Man. Okay, have you ever met a burner? Are you familiar with burner
I've met
culture?
a few burners. Yes.
Yeah, for people that don't know about burners, so there's people that go to Burning Man. There's some people that go more casually, and there's people that make going to Burning Man their whole identity year round, and it's kind of like almost like a cult, and they call themselves burners, and they have like raves and other parties around the year, and they're really kind of how would you describe them?
I mean, it's very big drug culture.
Yes.
Drug culture in the desert, and I'm not a drug person really.
Me neither, I know.
And I'm a hydrator. So
Me too.
I just think it's dangerous to be doing all these drugs like in the desert with other people who are on drugs. It sounds terrible. And they're all kind of living in like a cult for a bit where you come in and you barter with everything. So people will have clothes and then you bring something and you trade. There's no money. And then you burn this like big like scarecrow type man at the end.
Yes.
And you like clean up the whole town and then you leave and you come back every single year until you die.
But how about these people not just at Burning Man like year round? Because what I'm always interested in is what they're like year round. Because like it's not just about Burning Man at like that like week. Like they're also really into it like every week of the year, you know?
Yeah,
Like
well, I also feel like they make friends from Burning Man that are then like part of their then those are like their like burner friends.
It becomes like a weird like religion, and like I don't know, it's like very weird. It gives not religion, but I don't know, it gives me bad vibes. I don't know. He doesn't seem like he's burner. Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't seem like he's that into it, but I don't get good vibes from Burning Man. I do know people that go and they are normal, and it does seem like fun, and they just treat it like a festival. But when people are super into Burning Man,
when it's a deal breaker for your wife,
yeah, like you have to come to Burning Man with me. We go.
It feels a bit extreme.
Yeah, I think I would rather go to Burning Man than a country festival in Cancun every year.
Yeah,
actually, I don't know, because I don't think I'd have to go to the country festival. I could just stay at the resort, you know, if I had the option to stay at the resort.
Me, I would just say I have COVID, but
yeah. Yeah, for both of them. Here's the Burning Man. They got like people got like stuck there because there were like there was like a lot of traffic. I don't know, maybe rained or I don't know what it was.
You're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I don't want to get stuck in the desert. I don't want to do that. He says it's once you're there, it's a real commitment. She says she doesn't like the sound of, and I quote, camping in a tent. Derek and Megan, they sit by the pool and have drinks. She's his wife because she's wearing a hat that says wife. They talk about finances and stuff. She says her gas station purchases are off the charts because of the ice she buys for her ice baths because she does them 5 times a week.
She won't stop talking about these ice baths. Enough. Yeah.
Well, Lilian, you are known for your fitness regimen. You work out a lot. Mm-hmm. You are known very infamously around the world for your fitness. Do you do ice bathing, ice plunging?
I don't do ice baths, but one time I had a therapist through BetterHelp. And typically those are
not sponsoring this podcast. Thank you. Not yet. Thank you.
My BetterHelp therapist that I'm no longer with her. Her only advice to me ever was maybe you should get in the shower and you do 1 minute warm water, 30 seconds cold. 1 minute warm, 30 seconds cold. 1 minute warm, 30 seconds cold. And it was every single problem that I had. And I got to the point that I was like, well, this can't solve everything.
And you were never sad again.
Yeah. And now I'm fine.
Yeah. I think it's crazy that she's like, I'm losing money because of how much I do this. I'm like, I think you can cut back a little bit. There's like, maybe she should just go in the shower sometimes.
1 minute on, 30 seconds on. Come on, Megan.
There has to be alternatives than spending a fuckload of money on gas station ice to do this 5 times.
Also, when she starts listing out every streaming service that she's subscribed to, I was like, we didn't want to cut this from the episode.
Yeah, I know. I was like, this is on Peacock. It should have been cut really weird. She's like, I have Peacock.
It's beeped out all the rest.
Yeah. Rhonda and Pat eat breakfast.
Great scene.
Yeah, this was really good. And he sounds fun. He loves space movies, but his favorite genre is documentary. Oh my God, boring.
Your favorite fake.
Yeah, really, Jesus. He just rambles on for so long, and then she says that she leaves her lights on and her TV running when she leaves the house because someone broke into her house once. But he's distracted by Bree. Now, all right, a couple things here. One, so she's like, okay, I get leaving the lights on when you leave the house so it looks like someone is home, but it's like, does she leave the TV on like a really high volume so if they go to the door and they want to break in, like they hear it?
I feel like it's a noise thing.
Yeah, it's a noise thing.
Well, but I mean, before that happens, we have a montage of him talking about like science fiction movies where it keeps cutting and he's still talking,
rambling.
Her reaction, and she's just like losing her mind at a certain point. Like, are you done?
Yeah.
And then he breezes over her getting robbed. Breezes over it.
But the brie. Do you like brie? There's brie cheese. It's good.
He can't think of one thing to be interested in her about.
Cheese.
And what's really disappointing, as a woman who's been on a lot of dates with men who can't ask a question, you think like, well, as I get older, like men will also get older, so they will get better at that. And then you see a man who's almost 60 years old who still can't ask a woman a single question.
Yeah, and people don't really change or get better, I've realized, past like 20. I think doesn't your brain start like develop at like 25? Maybe past 25 people don't really grow, maybe. I mean, I feel like I grow and mature, but I'm special, you know.
Well, I do.
We do. We're special. We're special.
I read all my little books, or else I'll be so depressed I won't go outside.
I do this shower thing, and that makes me. Yeah. Let's get to. I'm getting a sound thing. Are you touching a microphone or something?
Oh, you know what? I was touching my microphone.
Oh, okay. I was like, what is happening? I was like, okay. Glad we fixed that. Brittany and Will get massages. This I was like, Brittany, what is it? She goes, couple massages are supposed to be romantic. But this wasn't romantic, but the massage was good. I was like, oh, okay. All right.
I love Brittany because she's so upset because this
I
man
know,
is
I
just
know.
ignoring her over and over again. And like you just get to that point that you're like, I don't know what else to say, so I'm just upset about everything now.
I will say though, couples massages, I have always been very confused about how they're supposed to be very romantic. You're just getting massages at the same time.
From
You
someone
know,
else, yeah.
yeah, and I love getting a massage. I would prefer it just to be a solitary thing by myself. I don't want to get a massage in a room with somebody else. I kind of just want to zone out. Are you a fan of getting massages? Have you gotten one?
I've gotten a massage, but I've never had a couples massage.
Yeah, I haven't either. I'm not really interested, to be
Because
honest.
don't you feel like
I'm naked. I don't want somebody else to be there.
I also just think like you don't want to be the loud moaner, but you don't want the other person to be the loud moaner.
Do you moan when you get a massage?
Oh,
Ooh,
if they hit the right point, ooh. So you don't want to be you don't want to be like, oh, that person was loud, but you don't want to be the loud one. I'd be so in my head about it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't enjoy a second of it.
No, yeah, I don't know. I don't really find and then you're supposed to be like, hold on, masseuse, let me take over. This is a couple's massage.
Yeah. And all of a sudden I have a job.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden I'm giving 100 times worse of a massage to my wife, you know? Like
Then they're like, ow, ow, ow.
Yeah, I would be like, how about we both get separate massages in separate rooms and then hang out later? That would be amazing.
I'll be the one moaning in the other room.
Yeah, you'll hear me. Belinda and Chad, they go hat shopping.
God, do they have fun?
Fun. I like fun hats. This seems fun.
They're silly. How much is the hat?
69. Too bad it wasn't.
So much fun.
I know. I wish it was 6'7", but I don't think that was a thing yet. You know. But yeah, this is it's like there's like joy. They're like having fun. There's no conflict. They're just like enjoying each other. It's like a genuine moment. You know what I mean? Like it was like just people hanging out.
And the moment that I was like, okay, this is now the second time we've seen them go shopping together. It seems like a money thing. Belinda is the one who calls it out. So I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I like them. I like her calling it out. I like it all. Yeah.
They might make it.
I think they might. There's a 50-50 chance, Lilian. They either will make it or they won't make it. What do you think about that?
I do not think there's 50-50 chances with this show. I think there's like a 90% chance you won't make it and a 10% you might.
There's literally a 50-50 chance you either will make it or you won't make it.
I don't know about
that. Literally.
I don't know about that.
Quite literally.
Because we have stats on it.
Okay.
If you're telling me the stats
That's
are 50% of the couples make it, 50% don't.
There's two outcomes. It's 50-50. You either make it or you don't. 50-50.
Send me the stats.
All right. Will and Brittany, they go to an empty restaurant and it's very awkward.
Yeah.
Maybe they're getting the early bird special. Maybe just open. They're getting a sale. You know, it's like
they
going
are
out to
all,
dinner with
no matter where they are, they're
grandparents.
all like alone at these restaurants.
Yeah, they're getting the early bird special. He compliments her dress. They talk about if it's orange or coral because that's all they have to talk about. It's fascinating stuff. You know, everyone's favorite conversation types.
And I feel like he's doing that thing that I've had guys do before where it's like now he's trying to like be super nice.
Do you have anything nice to say about men? Do you have anything nice to say about men?
Me?
Lilian?
No, you guys have hurt me too much. So now here we are.
What do you mean, you guys? What do you mean, you guys?
Every single one of you has broken my heart.
How dare you loop me in with men? I am different. I'm special.
I'm one of the good ones.
I am different.
No, I've seen Will's before. I've dated Will's before. I see what he's doing. And I get why he's doing it. He thinks he's being nice, but she just needs him to actually genuinely be interested in her rather than trying to ease the situation without talking about it.
I don't think you understand that he is a sapiosexual. So that's just kind of the aspect of it. She says in confessional, she's not feeling romantic vibes because she's still frustrated from earlier today. And she's trying not to let it feed into their dinner, though. And I'm like, I don't think you're succeeding. It is very much feeding into the dinner. He asks her how she feels about being married. She says they've had good moments, but otherwise, she hates him. And he says, yeah, we're trying to figure it out, but it's all good. It's not all good. It's not all good.
Yeah, he's the all good guy. And it just like, I feel like typically with someone who's like, it's all good, maybe you can date them for like a couple weeks. But it is like, I just get her frustration so much of like, well, then what are you interested in? Like, if everything's cool, like what do you actually like? What do you dislike?
I don't know. It's just like, it just doesn't make sense because they don't know each other and they got married, and who knows if they even have the same interests or they're compatible. But they have to actually like ask each other questions, and I don't think that either of them are asking each other questions about each other. I actually do. I do think that there is problems on both sides of both of them. I do think that he is an asshole, but I do think he's right that she doesn't ask him questions about himself.
I agree. I just because I've been in Britney's shoes before. I'm like, she's perfect.
Yeah.
She's doing everything right.
Until the end of the episode, I was a little bit like, I get where he's coming from a little bit, because like I don't see her like because she's just so irritated with him.
Yeah.
She's not putting the right foot forward like at all. Like she says she wants to take advantage of their time together and trying having fun, and he says he needs to work on giving her his feelings and emotions and comfort rather than trying to fix the problem. So he actually is recognizing what his problem is in this scene. I'm like, oh, I forgot this. Like he admits what he does wrong. He says what he needs to do. And then he says he just needs to ask her questions and about getting to know each other. He's like, this is what I need to do. But I don't know if she is kind of admitting like, okay, I need to start getting to kind of know about him, what makes him work. Cause like, we don't really know each other. Like, how can I prevent him getting this way? Like it does take two to tango. And later when he says, you don't ask me questions about myself, he's right. We've been recapping. I've been saying pretty much exactly what they're saying, and I don't think she asks him anything about himself ever.
I agree. I think what's tough is I do think the relationship was kind of shot in the foot at the wedding when he was like, there's absolutely no chance that we're having sex tonight. And like, it wasn't even like we're not having sex tonight because I have like a reason that I want to wait. It was just like, I'm tired. That conversation's not even on the table. I think because when I hear that as a woman, it's just like,
oh, you don't want me. That's really hard. Yeah,
you're not attracted to me at all. Like, you don't want me. Like, I think that's a hard thing to get over. And I don't even know that was his intention in doing that. But I think that's how I would have received it. And I think that is kind of how it's coming across for her too, because they're not having sex. And when they do, it's really uncomfortable. And then they can't get over how uncomfortable it is. I think like that moment at the wedding kind of has ruined the rest of it for them.
But they're married and they have to work on it.
And that at the end of the day,
and he does suck later, but he did admit that he was wrong here. And I do think that he did try this conversation. I will give him that.
Yeah, I think he has moments.
I think he really tried this conversation. He admitted that he did wrong. He took accountability. I will give him that.
I agree. I just think they are not compatible.
No, I think that they're actually the least compatible couple.
Yeah.
If I were their friend, I would say, what are you doing? Don't even try.
Don't even try.
I would say, don't even try. What are you doing? Give up. Pat and Rhonda have dinner and drinks. He asks for a taste for a drink, and she says, you can taste anything I have. And he says, I already have. Oh,
so sexy.
When my little boom boom, little action. My husband is hot stuff.
Ooh, going to outer space, baby. All right. She says, what have you noticed about me that's surprising? And he says, nothing leaps to mind.
And that question was a test.
The test, and he failed. He might get an A+ in astrophysics or whatever, but he fails in Rondaology.
She was like, hey, and can you just like prove to me that you know something about me? And he was like, nothing really comes to mind.
I know jack shit. I don't even remember your name. little lady.
But she does really good at this conversation where she's like, okay, I'm going to address the fact that you have no interest in me and that upsets me.
Yeah, she does do a good job. She does. She says, we're going to have a fan-fucking-tastic future, but I do not feel that you have any interest in my life and conversations. She brings up they seem to not care when she brought up that she was robbed. He says, there's a pregnant pause I need to fill. And she goes, no, it's different because you didn't ask me about myself. And she calls him out on being defensive, which is good. And she goes, I'm not criticizing you. I just want you to be interested in me. And I don't feel like you're showing it. I thought she was very clear on that. And she was good. I do feel like she was criticizing him, though. But she was good. I thought she was very good. And she should criticize him. He deserves to be criticized.
Yeah, she gave a note.
She gave a note. It's a very fair note. And I thought she did it well.
And because also it's like, I mean, she's a grown lady. Like, at this point, you're going to stay with a man who's never going to ask you questions about yourself, and you're going to have to listen about these boring documentaries the rest of your life.
No, it's crazy.
No, you can't do
and
that.
You know what? It's like a new situation. Like, you're on camera. Like, you're so overwhelmed. You've been single for a while. He's like living with his mom. He hasn't talked to people for a while. Like, he might just be shot out of a cannon, and she knows that. And she likes him, So she's giving him a chance. She's not like going nuts and just being like, fuck you for not listening to me. She's like, you know what? Let's give him grace and just see how he adapts to me giving this note instead of just meeting him and just being like, why don't you, I think she handled this well. Give people grace, like, life is hard and this is a crazy situation,
Yeah, no, I think she did great. I was like, I should probably learn how to talk to people like that a little bit more.
I think you're a good communicator. But
I've had to learn, though. I think it's a learned skill. Well, maybe some people like have it at a younger age, but I think you have to like put a lot of effort into it.
It is difficult. He asks her what her dreams were as a child, and she says to be named Jennifer.
No, what? Jennifer.
What?
She wanted to be named Jennifer.
That's why I said that was her dream. What? That was your dream as a child, was to have a different name?
Can I say what was really hard about that was like she had just done a really good job at communicating, and she was like, you have to get to know me, and then that's like the first thing she reveals about herself.
Yeah, he was like, oh, I was wondering like what you want to be when you grew up or something, and she said, yeah, I want to grow up to be named Jennifer. What?
I was like, this is a really bad pitch for you.
She is very unique, I guess.
But then he immediately was like, well, I was a boy. We played G.I. Joe. And she was like, can you please let me just talk about being Jennifer?
Okay, I feel like she was a little hard on him about that one. I didn't feel like he was railroading her. I thought that he let her talk, and then he was like, oh, when I was a boy, we did G.I. Joes. And then he paused. He wasn't like, did you feel that he was not did you feel like he should have just like not talked?
Here's the thing. A little bit in that moment, I was like, based on the fact that they just finished having that conversation, it did feel like what she's saying is like, can you please ask me about myself? She did offer up the worst prompt.
Yeah.
But I think in a conversation, right, it's like, oh, I say this, it leads you to like remember this. But based on them just having this conversation of like, hey, the conversation's really been on you. Can we talk about me a little bit more? It did kind of feel like the second that he got the chance to talk, he was like, and how can I pull it back to me?
Yeah, I guess it just felt like the natural flow of the conversation to me, though. But I do agree with you. I don't know. It was just fun. What?
He needs to earn it.
He needs to earn it. Yes. He needs to do a full interview with no comment. It needs to be like a Hot Ones interview. She talks about her mother and father, and she cries. He listens. And she says, this is how we grow. So maybe they will grow. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know. That scene was edited weird. It just felt like intense talk, you don't listen to me. And then we let her take the reins of the conversation. She goes, I wanted to be named Jennifer. My mom worked really hard. She was crying. And it was like, if no one talks, you can really just go on your own emotional journey, huh?
It was her dream. Her dream was to be her dream. Josh and Jalen see a giant iguana. They go on a. This was such a big thing for her, going on this covered boat in a life jacket. This is really out of her comfort zone.
I'd like to shout out the editor right now who kept showing shots of them walking, and we'd see him in tennis shoes and her in high heels as they're like going on their little nature excursion.
I missed that. That's hilarious. Derek and Megan. He says Panama has Jurassic Park vibes. Jurassic Park, which was infamously shot. I don't even tell this I'm too nerdy. It was shot in Hawaii. I don't think Panama has particular Jurassic Park vibes, but anyway, I feel embarrassed now. Derek talks about how he liked taking over their passports when they were traveling, and she says she likes handing over the power in her personal life because she has power in their work life. Why does somebody need to have control over the passports?
I don't know. This is something that there's certain subjects like this that kind of irritate me. And this is one. Like, I'll see it on men's Hinge profiles sometimes where it's like, I'm the passport guy. And
really? They say that? They're like, I'll handle our passports?
Yeah. The other one that irritates me is when men who are like in their 30s are like, I won't get mad if you steal my hoodie, or like, I will get mad if you steal my hoodie. And I'm like, isn't that like what 16-year-olds talk about?
I have to tell you. So when me and Maria travel together, we keep our personal identification on ourselves, because when you go to TSA or like customs and stuff, you go by yourself. You don't like go together, and you have to present it by yourself. Why am I holding on to Maria's personal identification? She can do it herself, and I can do it myself. Why am I going to hold on to her passport?
I also couldn't. I mean, in the past, I have dated men who probably are too dumb to hold on to a passport. But starting today, guys, I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah, I know. It's like, I don't want to date someone that can't like function either. It's just so crazy. I just don't understand. I also don't like this weird power thing. It's like, yeah, you take the leadership and the power in the relationship. I'm like, I want a partnership. Yeah. A partnership. I don't want this weird, like, I'm the leader in the relationship. Oh, I like to secede power.
I also hate the term passenger princess. One time I was dating a guy, and he offered maybe like a third date, and he was like, oh, I'll pick you up. And then so he offers to pick me up. And then in the car, I was like, oh, this is nice. Like, because I'm always driving, so I get to like see things now. And he was like, passenger princess. And I was like, you offered to pick me up. Why would you say that?
That's so rude.
But he says that to her. He's like, like, do you like to be the person driving, or do you like to be the person who, like, do you like to just sit there?
Why does he ask her if she's a backseat driver? Oh, are you a backseat driver? It's like, why? Like, that's something you find out about someone. You don't ask them. Oh, are you an asshole? I just need to know. Are you a person that I don't like?
I'll reveal it to you over the next few years.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not going to tell you right now.
Yeah, it's like people just are backseat drivers. They don't say so.
Is this also when they're eating at this point, right? This is when he is trying to get to know her, and he's like, so like, do you like spicy food?
Yeah, she doesn't answer back. Like, she's not asking questions back because these questions suck, Derek. Okay,
she's also, these questions suck, but her answers are like yes and no, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. She's not giving him anything. I do understand his frustration.
But like, also his questions are shit.
Yeah. It takes two to tango once again. Yeah. He also asked her if she's closer with her mom or dad. Really boring, generic question, and she doesn't answer him back either. She's just like, are you closer with your mom or dad? Yes.
Well, so she has said, Megan, that because they're in the honeymoon phase, she just wants it to be fun, but she's like refusing to get deep at all because she's like, we're in the honeymoon phase. So therefore I will only tell you yes or no. I like spicy food, and I won't
respond to you. I won't ask you questions back.
Just so we can have fun.
Yeah. It's hard for her. There's no ice baths there. Okay. She's like totally out of sync. All right.
Yeah. She's out of alignment.
Yeah. But she's saving a lot of money, so she can do like 10 baths a week when she gets back. It's going to be really great. The gas station guys miss her a lot.
And they know her, and sometimes they give her deals.
I bet they're ripping her off like so much.
I would.
Yeah, I would too. Rhonda and Pat, they go on a guided meditation thing in the forest. You're a yoga person, so you do this all the time, right? Guided meditation in the forest.
I do this all the time.
Yeah.
Me, I do this every day. Here's the thing. I
do this all the time.
I do this all the time. No, I would do a guided meditation in the forest. But though I'm into all this stuff, I know that it is embarrassing. So I feel like this is something that I would hide from someone for a little bit.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I had Katie on the podcast on Wednesday. I feel like she would be into this stuff too. She says she's a woo-woo girly.
I like a sound bath, but I wouldn't invite a man to it. There are also just certain things for me that I'm like meditation stuff. I don't really want to do with another person.
Okay.
Because I don't think that's the point of it.
That's interesting because I thought you were going to say like I wouldn't invite a man because like men aren't typically into this type of stuff. So you're just saying because you don't want.
I think I would feel self-conscious about it, and I think a big part of it is not feeling self-conscious.
Yes.
Which is also why I would want to do something like that alone or with a group where I don't know anyone.
Yeah, I get you.
Because if I was doing that with someone that I had just married who I don't know, in my head the whole time I'd be like, "You think this is stupid? I get why you think this is stupid. I get it. I get why you think this is stupid. I kind of like it and I get something out of it, but like I get why it's weird, especially if you've never done it before. It's weird. I'm so sorry."
Yeah. I would be like, don't bring me to this. I'm going to be too cynical about it.
Yeah, and I get that too.
Yeah, I would be like, I don't judge you for doing this. Like, I know that people get benefit from meditation. I think meditation is good for people. I'm too cynical. I'm not going to get anything with it. I'm going to take a nap. Naps are good for me. You go do meditation. We can both have fun.
How are you going to meditate together? That makes no sense.
Yeah, that's another thing for me. I'm like, why do I have to get ripped into this? But he seemed to have a good time.
Yeah, I mean, Pat, he's fun loving. He's taking notes. He's learning.
Yeah, he does he's very open to her free spiritedness. It seems like he really wants to. Now that he's retired, he wants to have this new lease, this new fun life, and I do like that about him.
And listen, maybe it'll work out.
Yeah, you're so skeptical. You really don't like when he talks about himself. I think that's fair, but I do like that he's open to her, zany side. I do too. I do like that. She says I love you to him, I believe, or she says I love everything about you to him. I don't think he says I love you too, but later they say that they're saying I love you. But I don't think I hear him say I love you. I don't know.
I didn't
clock it.
I didn't clock that, but I do like on reality shows that it's rather than saying I love you, it's and I'm thinking about falling in love with the idea of being around, loving with you.
Even though we are married.
We add more steps.
Yes.
And also the we are married thing. It's maybe if you're going to get married, night one, you say I love you, and then you have sex. And then next day you're pregnant, you have a baby. And then you just have a family. That's how the show should work.
Yeah. And then there's also all these couples on these shows now that use things where they're like, okay, we're closed off. Now we're exclusive. Now we're dating. Now we're boyfriend and girlfriend. Now we're boyfriend and girlfriend official. It's they have the million stages so that they can keep posting about it.
Yeah, and it also just feels like you don't trust each other. Actually, it feels like those little steps in between are bullshit.
Yeah, it is.
Where you're I'm giving you a little bit of validation, but there's a lot more steps that you're going to have to achieve before I actually love you. But I'm going to pretend I do for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, they shouldn't trust each other. They're all on this show just to get famous. These shows just to get famous, So
even 59-year-old Pat.
Oh no, not Pat. Pat's here to maybe Pat's here to maybe get famous enough to get a free ride into outer space.
Yeah, he wants to go on the next.
He wants to get Katy Perry,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be so good at that too.
He'd
You
be
know
so
he'd
good.
bone up there.
Yeah, I maybe Jeff Bezos is like, this guy talks too much about himself. We're not gonna put him up there. Let's get to Jalen and Josh. He has this mystery event planned for them, and they go up in a gondola to the top of the rainforest, and he gives her a really ugly ring.
I think he should have proposed.
Proposed again?
I think
Yeah,
he
I
should have
mean,
proposed again. I think that would have been cute.
just be like, will you marry me again? They're already married.
Because they didn't have a proposal. I think
just
he
be
could have been like, because we
yeah.
didn't have a real proposal.
You're right.
Yeah, I think that would have been cute.
But this ring is gaudy.
It's gigantic.
It's gigantic, and it's not. The diamond doesn't even look that nice to me. It's not of my taste. I'm sorry if it's of your taste.
There's also just something about like when a diamond is that big that I think I would just always think that I was going to get robbed.
You're robbed, but it doesn't even look. It's not even like that shiny. I'm like, if it's that big, I want it to be like blinding me. You know, I'm like, I don't even know what's happening. Yeah, no, I would be very nervous walking around with that on my finger.
Or maybe that's like the New Yorker in me, where I'm like, you're always going to get robbed.
Well, that's smart. People should think that way.
Yeah.
Boys' Day and Girls' Day. Okay, we're at the pool. We're having a party. I wish they had gotten drunker. The L word comes up. People can't even say. I hate when people say the L word. First of all, just say love. It's not that crazy. It's not a curse. It's not a slur. Also, the L word is lesbian. It's
a TV show, yeah.
TV show. Megan says they haven't yet, but Derek has rock hard abs, so everything's okay. Who cares about love? He has abs, okay? Sure, I don't know anything else about him, but
also Jalen is just like so in love. She has the new ring. Belinda has the new ring, and Brittany is like sitting there knowing that she is in the worst of the couples by far, and like no one's like addressing it. We're just talking about how amazing this whole show is. Everyone's having the best time, and Brittany's like, so I'm not having fun.
No, I hate everything about this. I really want to go home. They talked about sex a little bit, and this is what Jalen has to say.
I'm happy my mom had sex. I think that's great. I'm happy. I'm pumped. Go, Mom. Do your thing, girl.
My mom's getting railed. You get railed, Mom.
Again, inside thoughts.
What?
Inside thoughts.
Inside thoughts, yeah.
Don't.
I hope they're doing every position. You go, girl. She's getting bent over. I'm thinking about all of it. Mom getting fucked.
I'm happy my mom had sex.
It has to be so hard to also be one of the other girls when there's a mom-daughter duo. I feel like it's like they're already on a team.
I know. They have an alliance. They can vote you out. They can win $1 million.
Yeah, they can vote you out. And that's what I would be afraid of.
I know. It's like, how are you going to, like, would you be trying to sabotage one of their relationships? That's what I'd be doing. Yeah.
Well, if I was Brittany, honestly, at this point, I'd be trying to get voted out.
Oh, yeah. Trying to sabotage your own relationship. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't think you'd be needing to try to get voted out. You just let Will do his thing.
Yeah. When we find out that Megan and Will are the same person.
Yeah, that's what they talked about, right? They're like Megan and Will. Yeah.
Because all of Brittany's problems with Will, that she was bringing up as like valid problems of like, he's not interested in getting to know me. Like, I feel like we're not on the same page. We're not clicking. Megan was like, well, I'm really introverted. So like, that's fine. So that's fine. So that's not a problem. I was like, ooh.
Okay. Back over at Boys' Day, Josh says he slept with Jalen the night of Chad's wedding. It's like, okay, do we need the specifics of what's happening here? And Chad makes his first good joke.
Now I know he's mine.
Ew.
But it was the first. It was funny.
It was funny.
It was the first joke that I was like, oh, that's actually kind of. I was like, I see what he did there.
And they're not related. So it's less weird when they talk about sex.
Yeah, no, it's actually just like they're like, we were thrown into this weird fucked up situation and we actually didn't know about it. It's not like the weird women that we were casted to marry who were like in this weird situation with.
Yeah.
Who were both fucking.
And just so we get it clear, you said the women were what?
Fucking?
Weird? You said the women were weird?
They are weird. The women are weird.
They are.
Sorry, all women are normal.
Oof.
You scared me. I was like, what did I call the women? What am I getting canceled for?
Kind of fucking weird. Oh yeah, and then Pat is like, I've learned so much stuff. I learned like you're supposed to ask women questions. And Derek was like, I'm such a Rhonda. So it feels like Will and Megan should have been paired up, and then Derek and Rhonda should have been paired up.
We should
A
like
Derek Rhonda pair up? Now that'd be interesting.
Derek and Rhonda. Ooh, a little Mrs. Robinson situation. We'd like that. That'd be fun.
They're not that far apart. I think she's like mid-50s and he's late 30s. They're a little far apart.
Rhonda is 63.
They're a little far apart.
Yeah, but
You know
age ain't, she says she doesn't really view age as like a thing. So
I think
ain't
Derek
nothing but
would
a
be
number.
into it.
Yeah.
Derek, right in.
What?
Derek, right in.
Yeah, right in it. Let's do it. Girls' Day. Brittany says her and Will have very different personalities. Yeah, you talked about this. Let's get to Derek and Megan paddleboarding. This is fun. This is great.
Also,
So
he was on paddle boards.
Yes. He decides that he wants to confront her about not asking him questions. You know, Boys' Day inspired him. He decides that when she falls off and has her ego bruised, that is the best time to do it. When she's soaking wet in the water after falling off, he's going to jump off too, and that's when he's going to confront her. Do you think this was a good time to do it? Catch her off guard?
I guess with like normal people, I think flying off a paddleboard could be like a funny, cute moment. I don't think they're like fun enough for this to be like a fun, cute moment. But I don't know what their agenda was for the rest of the day. And we already had them eating a meal together, so we did need to see them doing something. So I think I think just practically it was like your next activity will be this.
Yeah, but he could have done it, you know, when they were on the paddle boards, maybe before they got out there, you know, maybe sitting on the he could have been like, let's get back out of the water, you know, maybe not immediately after she fell.
Well, I think it was nice that we had them both in a shot together.
From a production value, you're right. All right.
I think
we'll talk about production for the rest of the podcast. You know, we'll ignore the human element.
Yeah, I think if we're just talking about the shot, I thought the shot of them both off the paddleboard, I liked that shot.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
So if he comes from a film background, then I think maybe he was thinking about that and it looked good. From a human aspect of it.
Yeah, could we be human, Lilian, for the listeners?
Okay. Whatever. He wanted to say it.
All right. So she gets
I don't think she's ever going to take it well.
No, it didn't matter.
She doesn't take well to feedback. She immediately
she's very
was like,
warm. There's no ice. She's fucking running.
Yeah, get her in her element. Get her in the ice.
Yeah, maybe he thought that the water was cold enough that maybe it was a good idea. Maybe he was thinking this through.
Yeah, he was like, she loves being in water.
Yeah,
the
water's feeling cold. Yeah.
He was like, get me back to shore. He asked me to ask a question.
Yeah, she says it's not true. She gets very defensive. She says, I don't know what you do for a living. You don't know what I do, which is crazy because they've been together for days. I'm like, you guys don't know what your jobs are? That's like, should have been the first question or one of the first questions.
Again, that's her creating this like fake idea in her head of we're on the honeymoon. So this has to be fun. So I can't ask you what you do.
Yeah, fun is not knowing anything about each other.
Yeah, and also it doesn't look like you guys are having fun. You're having really uncomfortable conversations that don't look fun at all.
It's very weird. She goes, I thought we were just enjoying the moment, and he's like, I think this is fair. You know, I feel weird siding with Derek because he creeps me out, but
I agree. Eric also creeps me out, but I
He
was
is
on his
lizard
side.
person vibes, but it's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
And again, though his questions weren't good, he was trying.
Yes. But he aggravates her and she feels ambushed. He did ambush her.
And then she runs to shore and she does her little talking head where she's like, I just have never been able to deal with stuff like this. And when this happens, I have to go into a room and be alone. I was like, you're 38. Like, you're a little bit past that point.
I've just never been able to deal with asking people questions.
He also didn't, it wasn't like, you're a terrible person. It's like, hey, I think we need to learn more about each other.
Do you want to ask me
out.
My last name, my job, like where I live, and my birthday?
Stop getting mad at me.
I know. So we get to our final scene of Will and Brittany. Let's break this down. Brittany says she was talking to Megan and Derek, and she's talking to Megan, and Megan said she was the more reserved and quiet one. And Brittany says she was like, oh, that's Will and I. You're Will, and I'm Derek, like we talked about. Will says, no, you haven't asked me any questions. And Brittany says, I've been trying to. And Will says, how so? With words?
So in that moment, I did get where Will was coming from. But
we have not seen her ask him questions or try in that regard.
We've just kind of seen,
at least in the edit,
her, like, him being like kind of cold and her being hurt.
Yes.
And kind of like shutting down because he has also shut down.
Yes. He says her questions are vague and ambiguous. She says, I don't want to know your favorite book or color. I just want to be a good wife. But it's like, but being a good wife is like, or being a good partner in general is like knowing the person, and to know aspects about someone helps you then learn things about them. Like, I don't know. I feel like getting to know someone is being a good partner. You know what I mean? Like,
I just think they're at the point where it's like, this just isn't going to work. I don't think there's like a conversation that they're going to have. I mean, maybe, but I don't really think there's a conversation that's going to like fix this. I think they're just not compatible. But
it's the same thing with Megan and Derek, where they're like, oh, we can skip the surface. Like we don't want to do the surface stuff because that's stupid. Like getting to know each other. We shouldn't get to know each other. We should just be good to each other. And it's like, no, you should learn basic facts about each other. That's good. And you should just start at like the basic levels of dating, like first date stuff. Just like hang out and have fun. Why don't you focus on that?
That's not what this show is. Because the show is people who want to skip that. It's people who want to skip
because they suck at it, and that's why they're on this show.
Yeah, they're like, I just want to be married. I just want to have a husband. I just want to have a wife. I don't want to have to sit through all these dates where I'm like asking people this like small talk questions to like get to know them.
It's literally impossible to be with someone if you don't do that. It's literally not going to work.
Well, you never know. Well, you never know.
Codes in life. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
They get into like this love language conversation, and they just clearly are terrible communicators. He says, I don't need words of affirmation. I don't need hand holding. But this is what really stood out to me. I love this.
Everything's okay. If like the rainforest was on fire, oh, it's okay.
I mean, like, they do control fires in the rainforest, but I mean, how am I supposed to tell you how to digest your feelings and emotions? I'm not going to rush you. If you get irritated, that's okay. If it's not, if you don't want to be irritated, I don't know how to tell you to not be irritated. I'll let you process those things.
It's just, I'm frustrated because like we're on two separate, like, I don't even say like two separate pages. We're like in different books.
Look, they control forests in the rainforest, so shut the fuck up.
As I was hearing it again, I saw the vein in my forehead pop out.
I will say the dude is kind of hilarious, unintentionally.
He is unintentionally very funny.
He doesn't know it, but it's very funny.
Yeah. It's like I just need one opinion. I need one take. I need one thing that you want or need to understand who you are. And he's like, well, things are cool. Things are good.
Yeah, everything's good. They do control first. What a fucking asshole.
It's also like you're not getting that she's doing a metaphor.
No. I don't know
Or I
what that
guess
is.
he is, but he's like, well, this is the wrong metaphor, so it's not really
Yeah.
relevant to what we're talking about.
And you say like we're on two different books. Well, books sometimes they're like a series and they're still connected. So like we could still be connected. Like that's okay. So I don't get what the problem is.
I was really getting mad on Brittany's behalf because it's just like you can't talk to someone like that.
No, he's totally just like not connecting with her. It's like you don't. It's like why would she ask you questions if this is why you're gonna talk? I wouldn't ask him questions either. This is when I was like, okay, I'm totally on her side. I've switched.
And what's tough is like he is super calm and he's friendly while he's talking. So her getting like upset about it, I've been in that where it's like you feel crazy because you're the only person who's upset right now, but you're also like, why are you so cool about everything?
I know. And then he just keeps saying, if you're irritated, that's okay. If you're not, that's okay. Whatever you are, that's okay. You know, because I don't give. And it's like, you just don't care. Why don't you care that I'm upset? I'm your wife.
I'm your wife.
Wife. Allegedly. No, she's literally his wife. Like, it's crazy. So then he has this confessional hammock and he says he's always the one to ask questions about past relationships and stuff. She's probably like, I don't want to know about his past relationships. He probably sent all those women to the insane asylum, you know? Like,
They were like, please just tell me.
And then she eats chicken fingers and says it's like talking to these damn chicken fingers. I would rather talk to the chicken fingers.
Yeah. And all she wants is for him to take action and go and like check on her, see if she's okay, and have a conversation with her. And we cut back to his talking head, and he's like, I would never do that.
Yeah, because she left for a reason. He's like, she left. So, and it's just like, yeah, these two cannot be together.
They can't be together. Because I'm sure there's someone else that will want that, but I was like, she's too angry, and I would be too. Of just like,
yeah,
please give me anything right now.
Yeah, maybe he can find an extremely literal person who is okay with everything. You know,
what I'm saying is Megan's right there.
Yeah, him and Megan probably would be good together. Maybe they'll figure it out.
If we could do a little swapsies of Megan, Will, Brittany, Derek, and just see how it goes.
We should shoot like our own season afterwards.
Yeah, a mix 'em ups.
Yeah, we'll go to Austin and we'll shoot on site and we'll see what we can do.
Married at First Sight, mix 'em ups.
Mix 'em ups. Ooh.
Just a thought, producers. Just a thought.
Yeah, we'll draft up another pitch deck. We'll ship it out to Peacock / Lifetime. We'll see what happens. Kinetic, hit us up.
Maybe.
Yeah. Kinetic Casting likes my posts. You know, they do follow. They do know what's going on. They follow the podcast.
They're gonna like this idea.
Yeah. I don't know why they haven't asked me to like be on their shows. Maybe they know I'm engaged. You know, I don't know what's going on. But
well, listen, guys, I'll go on. I'll get married. I've decided. I'll do it.
Please do it. That'd be amazing for the podcast. Oh my god. You'd immediately be like, Max, I'm too big for you now. I'm not going on your podcast.
I'm not going on the podcast.
No.
I'm married to Derek.
Well, Lilian, thank you for joining us on Reality Alert today.
Oh my God, thank you for having me.
Of course, I'm going to let you promote yourself for a little bit, but first, I need to let the listeners know what's coming up the following week on Reality Alert. Tuesday, you can join us on patreon.com/Reality Alert, where me and fiance Maria will be talking on Love Center, our Patreon/subscriber exclusive podcast, where we'll be talking about all the social media coming out of Love is Blind following our season finale for season 9 with so many firsts. So there's tons of drama coming out already. Did Sparkle Megan have a baby? Did she buy the baby? What happened? We're going to be digging into that. And then on Wednesday, join us live on youtube.com/Reality Alert and Instagram @Reality Alert Podcast, live after the Love is Blind reunion. I believe it's at 6 p.m. PST is when the reunion happens. And whenever it ends, join me and Katie Johansson as we recap that reunion live. Come join us in the chat. It's going to be very fun. One of our most active and eventful things. And then that will be posted right afterwards. Do that. And then join me on Friday at 10 p.m. next week at noon. That is Halloween. It is very spooky. YouTube.com/reality alert and Instagram.com/reality alert podcast as we recap next week's episodes of Married First Sight. I believe it is 5, 6, and 7. Don't quote me on that. So tons of things happening here at Reality Alert. And follow us at Reality Alert Podcast on TikTok, because trying to get to 1,000 followers there so we can be going live on TikTok as well. Thank you for continued support. You guys are the best. But back to Lilian. Where can people find you if they want more of how hilarious you are?
Oh my God. Well, my phone number is, just kidding. You can follow me on Instagram at Lilian Tanner. Lilian has one L in the middle. A lot of people mix that up.
It is confusing. Yes.
Yeah.
So go follow Lilian. She is great. And otherwise, we hope that you have a wonderful day and evening. Bye.
Bye.